Hello and welcome to the Post-Mortem episode of the MTG Arena Run. We managed to successfully have our first 7-win streak with quick constructed with the stock Izzet Spellweaving deck, and overall I figured that we can do slight tempo deck, but instead of doing a full tempo deck, we're going to try and examine how to do a control build. So first things first, we're going to take a look at the Wizards package that comes with Dominaria and see which cards fit very well. So the first substitutions I would do is I would drop the Lightning Strike, drop the Fiery Cannonade, and let's see, drop the Puncturing Blow. That's all. For now, I'm going to remove Star of Extinction because that's a bit expensive. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to add a playset of 4 Wizards Lightning. So don't worry, right now there aren't that many Wizards in the deck. That will be fixed a little bit later. And while we're at it, there are 2 cancels. We'll drop those 2. And I'll keep the Censor because being able to cycle is just as important. So let's see, drop the cycles. I'm gonna drop the I will drop the Spell Swindle though. That's a bit too expensive. Then we'll replace that with 3 Wizards with Torts. So dropping cancels easy. It's just functionally the same. Essence Scatter could it only counters creatures, but it is very efficient at it. I can say the same thing for Negate. A tempo build would replace the Magma Sprays with Shocks because you can beat your opponent very quickly, but we don't have any Shocks right now, so the most we can do is I'll probably keep the Magma Spray for now. I was wondering if the Kicker package would be good also. We'll think about it as we go along. So for the time being, I'll drop the Cryptic Serpents. As good as they are just they're just some simple 6/5s. I'm actually prefer the Enigma Drakes over them because at least these guys have evasion. What I would do though is I would add at least a few copies of Champion of Wits. Probably will make this 3 copies and drop the Labyrinth Guardian because at least this allows you to filter through your cards early and it has a good effect in the late game also. Likewise, I will drop the Magma Wrath. I'm going to put a singleton copy of Adeliz, though actually she doesn't quite fit in this deck. The Wizards I want to run aren't exactly very aggressive here. Let's see. Let's put a copy of Gitu Chronicler. Again, very good early, and quite decent late. Also, kind of replaces the Labyrinth Guardian. I am probably going to end up drop the Entrancing Melody, and let's see. I need to know how to pause for this one for now. Hold on. So let's see. That's about it for now. I'm actually I'm willing to keep the Bloodwater entities and the Enigma Drakes. They're actually very good. I will drop the Gale Strike. I will drop the Primal Amulet and the Pull for Tomorrow because we already have the Champion of Wits replacing those. I will replace them with copies of let's replace it with Better Bounce. Yeah, Blink of an Eye. Playable early, draws us cards a little later. So play those. We'll probably add an additional copy of a Braid as well. So I'm actually going to keep the Cycling Lands here. Likewise, same with Hieroglyphic Illumination. Censor. Really want to replace it. It's not that great. I will add a copy of Riddle Form though. Being able to scry on command is very good. Seeker of Insight is replaceable. Let's go over the Wizards again. So we do have some decent options in Let's see. Nimble Obstructionist, counter target, 3/1 flash. Actually, flash is a decent plan. Also cycles as well. I'm willing to put. No, let's not put a copy. I'm still not that convinced. There is one card that I am much more convinced though. We need at least one copy of the Big Elder Dinosaur Nezahal. That will replace our cryptic serpents. We can drop. Let's see. Yeah, I kept it. Supreme Will sometimes. Yeah, I'll drop the negate from here. We have I want to get at least 2 copies of Gitu Chronicler. Enigma Drake's our finisher. Yeah, I'll drop the Supreme Will also. So this is a base build. Equally, what I can do is I can actually just drop this one sensor and replace it with a third opt. Then now let's go over our land base. Field of Ruin is kind of okay, though we do really want more early mana, so I'm gonna drop the Field of Ruin. Arc of Araska is plausible, but I don't see that often. I'm gonna add another Desert of the Mindful for the time being. Then we're going to inspect what our mana base looks like. Oh yeah, speaking of mana base. Replace the Highland Lakes with Sulphur Falls. And here we go. Right now it's a nice thing that Kings to Ixalan and Dominaria we have all 10 of the check lands. So let's do a quick deck analysis, see what our mana base looks like. Okay, mana distribution is more blue than red. I can choose to drop some of the mountains in favor of islands, or in fact what I can do is gonna go down one actually no, there's no real need to go down that many, because if you think of it, this one's not, it's close but not too much. But one thing you have to remember is that a lot of our spells, we do have spells that we want to cast on turn 1 and turn 2 on occasion. Wizard Lightning at turn 3, it's emergency case scenario. Speaking of which, let's check how many wizards we actually have. Now that I think of it, we're only running 5 wizards. Okay, I might have spoken too soon about the Wizard's Lightning. Lightning Strike might still be better here. I'm gonna go over the Wizards package one more time, because our creature count is really low for this deck. That's basically the nature. That is the nature of blue-red. It's primarily spells. It's all about the spells. So let's see, got Adeliz. Let's check wizards again. Okay, filter's a bit funny here. Hold on. No, not exactly. Only contain. There you go. So confirm Adeliz is the only blue-red wizard. Academy Journey Mages, a bit expensive. Gitu Chronicler is fine. Merfolk Trickster is double blue's a bit tricky. Naban, we're not gonna get much benefit. Soulscar Mage would be an interesting choice we'd have. We take advantage of the it does have prowess triggers. Likewise, Spellweaver Eternal. This is a budget version. This is the one that they will put in the tempo decks. Time Stream Navigator, one shot Ascend, very expensive. Siren Storm Tamer, one shot can can counter. Basically, it is good protection, and it's a good one drop too because it flies. I guess if there's a deck that will want Siren Storm Tamer, it's this one. We are leaving up a lot of mana at a time. An alternate option would be Vodalian Arcanist because this does accelerate our. This accelerates our mana in terms of instants and sorceries, and it's a good blocker as well. Okay, so in that case, so here comes the trick. We take out the Bloodwater. I still like the Bloodwater entities and the Enigma Drakes. We can actually drop the Enigma Drakes even though they're... No, I think the Enigma Drakes are just fine. Let's add the Siren Storm Tamer for now. Let's cut... I'll cut down on the Magma Spray. Yeah. Let's add the second Siren Storm Tamer. Still not that great in terms of wizards. We really need to cut down one of these two. I think I'll probably drop the Enigma Drake and opt for another Storm Tamer and another Chronicler. Well, you could just go for all 4 copies of for full place of Champion of Wits if you can afford it. So let's check it out now. Analyze deck. So the trick now is we just need to stick one. We just need to be able to stick one wizard. I can go down to 25 lands. Stick another. Actually, that's one thing we can do also. Let's go down 25 lands. Stick. Update that. Can stick another wizard. 12 creatures. We're going to be very reactive with the Wizard's Lighting and Wizard's Retort, so it's really about being able to control our mana. Actually, we're gonna drop that and the 2 Essence Scat. No. I don't want to drop. The day that we are able to get Aether Revolt, Baral is coming into this deck. So I'm not gonna. We could add in another riddle form. This is actually quite testy. I'm just really not sure. I guess you could just put another we could just add another Hour of Devastation. Another option instead of Hour's Devastation we can do is use River's Rebuke. It at the very least it's one-sided. It won't wreck your board. And sometimes you can do, and it's easier to do it's much better to do shenanigans with River's Rebuke, replay with get back with G2 Chronicler, rebuke again, get back with Bloodwater Entity. Being able to rinse and repeat is a very nice touch also. So, but with that in mind, for now, let's just bump up. I really apologize, it's taking a while. I guess we can add one copy of Adaliz. Just to round out the numbers, just like a mixer, I suppose. So what we can do is, because our numbers are not that great on the Wizards, we can drop one copy of Wizard's Lightning, but we can bump up one copy of Abrade. We're gonna be using these spells mostly for hitting our opponent's creatures. This is mostly control. So this is a better way to go around this. So I'm going to check the base. Yes, we still have a bunch of early plays though, so there's no harm in skewing towards a 55. And a lot of our blue, the only double blue is Wizard's Retort and Nezahal. So I guess in terms of mana base, this is quite good to go. We do have plenty of islands at this point anyway. So this is Izzet Spellweaving version 2.0, the control version. If you want to check out a tempo version, that's actually, let's compare the budget. This one's definitely not so much in budget. The expensive cards are Champion of Wits. Actually, we only just doubled the price. It's not that I wouldn't say it's that high. Most of the cost is still coming from Sulphur Falls, I think, and the Champion of Wits. So it's not too pricey. So this is a control variant. Again, there are tempo variants on floating on the internet. Tolarian Community College has discussed the tempo version. Likewise, Star City Games has also pushed for a tempo version. I'm really curious to see which one of these two, which one would be better between the two. I guess it's also an issue of sideboarding as well. Anyway, so that is the discussion for Izzet Spellweaving. I might actually revisit this deck since there is another direction we can take. But that's it for now. You can call this the control version of Izzet Spellweaving. If you like what you see here, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll go ahead into more adventures towards Quick Constructed. So thank you very much.